Stop motion is a beautiful art form. It's a very slow and detailed and painstaking art form, but when you see the motion, you see the emotion of the characters in stop motion. It's very different from CG. My name is James Stewart. I'm the producer, co-director, and stereoscopic supervisor of Foxed.
The story was really interesting, so the lighting didn't really need to be overly stylized. I think the more natural it was in this, the better it was to create this mood of intrigue and terror. My name's Sean Harvey, and I'm the director of photography for Foxed.
You have to build everything, basically. There's no on-location shooting, so everything that you see in the camera has been built by different set designers. Hi, my name's Kennedy, and I'm co-producing on Foxed.
This sort of omnipresent evil force, which is the foxes. I'm Philip Eddles. I worked as a stop-motion animator on Foxed.
Fox is the story of Emily, who's been kidnapped by the foxes and forced to work in the mines. She has to struggle and fight her way back into the village and try to reclaim her place as a child and a member of the community in the eyes of her parents.
You come back to your house and, you know, it's not your house anymore. There's another person living there.
It's very frustrating for her to come back and see and look through the mirror and see that she has actually been impersonated by one of the foxes. And in the larger story, in the feature film, all the children have been kidnapped and they've all been impersonated by these foxes in the eyes of the parents. So it's a story of the struggle of the whole village and the entire youth culture, if you will, to reclaim their place in the society that is Foxed.
The nightmares that feel like they're scary are the ones like you can't differentiate from reality. Everything feels normal as opposed to if you bring in too much stylization into it. The stylization takes over from the story and people stop thinking how cool and interesting these characters are within the story and concentrate too much on the lighting.
So what we would do is bring in an animator for 8 to 10 hours a day, and within that 8 to 10 hours we would hope to get maybe 5 to 7 seconds of animating actually done.
It's often one frame every 20 minutes, so it's very slow, but it is such an incredible organic art form, it's worth taking the time to do it.
When I saw the puppets, the way that they were designed, they had so many possibilities to be very expressive in sort of interesting ways, and they were really perfectly crafted for their roles.
From a storytelling point of view, 3D is much more immersive than 2D, primarily because you have a physical relationship to the audience as they're watching it. So close-ups are bigger and more expressive in 3D because you have a feeling that they're coming right towards you. We've woven that 3D to have more 3D during scenes that are more immersive and less 3D in cases where we have dialogue or expressive scenes.
When Emily sees the house for the first time looking through the window from the cave, I wanted everybody, the whole audience, to feel like, oh, that's home, that's a place where I want to be that potentially I can't get to. We pull back from Emily, who we think is alone, to see all the foxes come into play around her. Then we pull through the mirror into the nice reality where the mom really has no idea of what's going on. We know as the audience that just right through that glass is a little girl who potentially is never going to make it home.
It's very rewarding when you see a shot come together the way you imagined it. You do get to see that it has animated perfectly and the motion is fluid and their expressions and their eyes.
The illusion's pretty cool, and it's always satisfying to see it when you hit play on the work that you've done. It's always a thrill, you know.